If it's your first time at the ramp, or maybe you're just a little rusty, there are 3 things to remember. Go slow, stay alert, and most importantly, keep your sense of humor. First thing to keep in mind as you pull up to the ramp is that it helps to get as close to the ramp as possible to minimize the distance you will have to back up. Some boats can be launched by just one person, but for most boats, it takes 2 or 3 people to get the job done right. Ideally, you need one person driving the tow vehicle, one person driving the boat, and a third person standing near the water's edge to help guide you back. Here's another useful tip. When backing any trailer, it's much easier if you put your hands on the bottom of the steering wheel and watch the trailer in your mirrors. Then all you have to do is move your hands in the direction you want the trailer to go. Hands to the left, trailer goes left. Hands to the right, trailer goes right. Practice this in the driveway a few times and you'll get the hang of it. And as you're backing into the water, a good rule of thumb is to back the trailer in until the taillight step pad is at or slightly below water level. On extremely flat ramps, you will usually need to back in farther, but on steeper ramps, not so far. Also, any bunk trailer may require that you back in farther than the rear step, even in good ramp conditions. The goal is to get the trailer in far enough so that the boat is beginning to float. Once you are backed in far enough and ready to launch, put the vehicle in park and set the parking brake. A properly adjusted trailer will practically launch the boat itself, so use caution, especially with roller trailers. First, grab hold of the winch handle, switch the ratchet mechanism off, and slowly let out line. Be careful here, because if your boat decides to take off on its own, it could pull the winch line and cause the handle to spin dangerously out of control. If possible, disconnect the winch line. However, if your boat is putting pressure on the line, you may have to wait until it's afloat to have it disconnected. At this point, if your boat isn't already sliding off the trailer, you may need to give it a push to get started. If that doesn't work, reset the winch line and try backing the boat into the water another foot. If the ramp isn't too steep, you could also try powering the boat off the trailer using the outboard or stern drive. For this to work, there must be enough water for prop clearance and so that the intakes are submerged. Apply the power slowly and smoothly, just enough to get the boat moving off the trailer. Now that the entire boat is floating and no longer resting on the trailer, make sure your partner on board has control of the boat, and then get ready to park the vehicle and trailer. Before you pull the trailer out of the water, make a note of how far you had to back in so that you can back into the same depth next time. Finally, as your partner drives the boat clear of the ramp area and ties it up at the dock, you can park the trailer and let the next person have access to the ramp.